Hello and welcome back to another Omniheroes video. In this video we're just going to go through the Lightseeker synergy. What is it, what does it do, and why should you care? So, as you can see, I've just clicked on the faction synergies. So if we go into our synergy archive, click on faction synergies, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and we click on Lightseekers. This is the list of units that can be included potentially in the Lightseekers synergy for you. So, as you can see, it is the majority of all of the non-DD units. So, first of all, let's go ahead and have a look at what Lightseekers does. So, if I click on my Atrops, I can click on Awaken, and as you can see, I have the Lightseeker synergy here. Now it takes a couple of different, a number of different, a number of this specific hero to obtain Lightseeker's synergy. It can also be reached through different tokens as well, various events that go on throughout the game. So firstly, what does Lightseeker's synergy do? So, if we have one Lightseekers, so every stack of buff gained by a Lightseeker hero increases their damage boost and damage reduction by 1% up to 20 stacks. So they will, every time they get a buff, they will increase damage boost and damage reduction by 1%. If you do have two Lightseeker synergies, that will increase to 1.5 up to 20, and then so on and so forth up to a maximum of 4% up to 20 stacks. So you can gain a maximum of 80% damage boost and 80% damage reduction in total if you have 20 stacks of buffs. Now that will work very well with the majority of the units on this list, as the majority of them do provide either their own buffs or buffs to other members of the team. Now, this will only impact Lightseeker's synergy, so it's not like if you had, say, 3 Lightseekers on the team, and then you had 2 non-Lightseekers, that would apply to the rest of the team. It is only for actual Lightseeker heroes, so the actual heroes with that particular synergy activated. So, what does it do? Well, let's go step by step. So if I go back and I go onto my Atrops, Atrops is a weird example. So I will come back to Atrops and I'll show why she's a weird example. But if we go to, say, Ellie, pretty standard unit. I have her at 15 stars and have been able to obtain additional copies of Ellie as well. So if I go into the first one, Ellie's basic attack increases the damage of Ellie's basic attack from 50% to 66%, and this will be the same typically across the board. So even if we go to Atrops here, increases basic attack from 35% to 42%. So all of this, number one, will go through to that increase of basic attack, and it varies per unit. So for example, Merlin goes from 50% to 109%, whereas Dorabella's goes from 50% to 60%. So it does vary depending on the unit. Now, in order to get this activated, if we find someone like Lily and Leah, for example, as you can see, I've only ever obtained one of these awaken orders for Lily and Leah, so I'm not able to increase their basic attack. What you'll need is 3 for the first one. For the next one, you'll need 3. For the one after that is 4, 4 again, 5, and then a total of 5 for this last one as well. So if we add those up, that's 6 plus 8, which is 14, plus 5, which is 19, plus another 5, which is 24. So you'll need 24 of these awaken tokens. Now, if we go to here, the reason that I've got a convert hero on Corolla and not on Solomon is because my Solomon, as you can see, is only 14 stars, whereas with my Corolla, it is she is 15 stars, and so if I had an additional copy, I could trade that additional copy in for a 4 awakened tokens, which should get me a level up here. So I would get a level up here, I would get another level up if I were to trade another copy in, and I would get another copy. So effectively, I am 3 copies of Corolla away from obtaining the Lightseeker synergy to be able to unlock it. Now, if I go to, say, where were we? Lily and Leah. Here we go. Well, I tell you what. Let's go with Emily. The reason that I want to go with Emily is because she does increase her basic attack from 50% to 100%. The next tier up, so Awakening Tier 2, increases the damage of Sorrowgrave from 375% to 702%. That is a massive, massive increase, and something to take into consideration when we are evaluating units at their max potential. We do need to include, if they are non-DD heroes, we do need to include this Lightseeker synergy as well, and the increase of the damage. So it varies again from unit to unit. So for Lily and Leah, it's different. The Dance of Hope additionally applies 2 stacks of defense boost to target. And then if we go to Persephone here, healing increases a very small amount. Solomon increases a very small amount as well. Corolla is relatively small, it's an increase of 50%. Merlin jumps from 375% to 761%. So massive differences in the Awakening Tier 2s, and I think it's to bring them up to around the same power level if they all had Lightseeker synergy active and were all at max stats. So just be wary when we are doing hero tier lists or anything like that, or evaluating heroes. We do need to include heroes at max potential, and we include Lightseeker synergy as well. So the next one is a basic increase attack, defense, and HP by 5% in battle. This can be a very powerful effect depending on the base level of your stats. So at the moment, Merlin, for example, we look at his attack. It's only 62,000. It is 62,000. Sorry. So the increase in basic attack here, increase in attack, defense, and HP will be quite significant during battle. The next one, Awakening Tier 4, it increases the damage of the Spiral Flora Blade from 135% to 295%, which is quite a large increase as well. Same for Corolla. This is a similar increase. T2 for Corolla is 375% to 540%, and 150% to 216% for her Awakening Tier 4. Solomon's is 84% to 121%. As you can see, there are varying stat numbers, and these will all be balanced around the other units within the Lightseeker synergy as well as the current state of the meta. So as you can see, Doris here, I think this is the largest increase and the highest percentage. It's 1,065%, and an increase of 500, and I think that's 40, so 540% increase. It's just absolutely massive if you're able to get this Doris Lightseeker synergy. She is a very coveted unit though, so potentially that's why they've done it. But as you can see, if we go back to here, this increases from 189% to 413%. So varying different numbers. The final, so Tier 5 Awakening, increases attack and defense by and HP by 10% in battle. So, and this is the same across the board for every single one of these Lightseekers. As you can see, all across the board, it is the same attack, defense, and HP by 10% in battle, which again, at the level that you're talking at, when you've got units up to this, you would be expected to have the unit at 15 stars as well, just so that the max increase or the percentage increase has a significantly higher impact than if your unit was at a very low star. So this is much more end game content for Lightseeker's synergy, but doesn't mean that you can't achieve a couple of the tiers before you get them to 15 stars. So as you can see, if we go through, I do have a number of them, 2s and 3s, some at 0s, but like the newer units like Sandra, Halissa, Christine will already all be at level 3, just because I do have I did get the Awaken tokens during the season that they were in as well. So it does give them a significant boost. Now, with the Lightseeker synergy here, if we have a look at the actual effect, it is very, very similar to another faction synergy here, and I'll show you that now. So if we go into my units, we have a look at the Royal synergy here. If we have a look at this final bit of text on every single one of them, so at the start of battle, all allies receive shield equal to 200% of their own attack for 2 rounds. Now, each stack of buff an ally unit gains increases their damage boost by 4%, 3%, 2%, 1%. So, as you can see, it is a very, very similar faction to the Royal faction, except it is for non-DD units. So effectively, if you do get this Lightseeker synergy activated for multiple units, you will start to receive similar buffs as if you were to have Royals in the team as well. And it is a very, very powerful ability. Very, very powerful and impactful within the game. It's why Royals are considered better, because they do have the 4 factions. So if we go on to the first Royal that I can see, Macaria here, they have the 4 factions. So you have your Royal, and you have your either Celestial or Deviant synergies linking up together. Whereas now, if I go into here for our Dawnbringers, for our Lightseekers, this also has an impact as well. So, it just means that the units that you do get up to full Lightseeker synergy will effectively become as tough and as damaging as Royals as well. Now, just rounding back to where we first started with with Atrops, she has a very different second slot. So rather than a massive attack increase, so if we go back, say to Marlena, as you can see, there's an increase in attack for her ultimate. Now, Atrops doesn't have that increase in attack, because if they gave her an increase in attack when she casts her ultimate, nothing really would stand a chance if you had that Lightseeker synergy activated, because Persephone, she will grant the 40% of her own attack, plus if this increased the attack of that, then it would be much more powerful and potentially very overpowered as well. So what I'm going to do is just jump into some quick gameplay, and I'm just going to show off this Lightseeker synergy. Now, I only have 4 completed Lightseekers, so we're going to see how well we do in here. So if I go down to 287 and I click on the Mistfires here, what we're going to do is we're going to build a team of Lightseekers. So if I go into my faction synergy, I click on my Lightseekers, and we can see who has Lightseeker synergy activated. And I can see my Atrops, Dorabella, Merlin, and Ellie here. Now what we can do is we could also add in another Monarch, because I've got Dorabella and Merlin who are both Monarchs, but I think I will go with an Ethereal build on this one. So we'll put in Katrina, we'll stick you, and we'll leave you at the front as well. There's no snipers. I don't suspect we'll beat this stage, but it is what it is. We'll put in our ethereal relics as well, so we've got those activated. And let's go ahead and see. So we currently, every 1 stack of buff gained by Lightseeker heroes increases their damage boost and damage reduction by up to 3%. So the total we can get is, if we gain 20 stacks of buffs, we will also get a damage boost of 60% and a damage reduction of 60% as well. So very, very, very powerful and high impact stats there. So let's go ahead and battle. And because we have this Lightseeker synergy, we should see it pop up. Yep, so as you saw there, we saw the 4 units, the Merlin, Atrops, Dorabella, and Ellie here as well, able to add in or activate the Lightseeker synergy. So every time we get a buff, and as you'll see, we do get these buffs here. And if we have a look, does our Atrops down? Yeah, unfortunate. So we get the damage reduction bonus of 10%, and that's from the ethereal synergy. Unfortunately, we didn't see very much there because I was messing about with stats. So let's go ahead and switch you round as well. Let's see how far we can get. So we'll see it activated here. Yep, you saw the 4 Lightseeker synergy there. I think it'll be much more powerful effect if we are able to get the full 5 Lightseekers, along with the damage reduction. So if I was potentially able to get Katrina up to Lightseeker synergy, it would be much better for us as well. Unfortunately, that is Atrops down again. So, not the best build to bring in here. It's quite a relatively low-powered team. We're not doing too much damage, and we're not doing significantly more. But the point of the Lightseeker synergy is it buffs the non-DD units as well. Unfortunately, because it takes so long and you need to invest so many resources in the Lightseeker synergy itself, within a particular unit, you don't get too many options. So that team there was very inefficient, should I say, because I had the Merlin in there, not really doing very much. He did link up a little bit through the Lightseeker synergy and also through the Monarch synergy with Dorabella, but it's not it's not something that you should build around. It's an additional bonus, and the reason for that as well is because, like I said, it does activate at 1 Lightseeker. So every 1 stack of buffs, it goes up to a 20% attack and defense. So if you were to build, say for example, a royal team, so if we were to go into this same stage and we were to go to so we're going to take out Ellie, Atrops, we would take out Merlin, and we would just to have Dorabella in there, and instead we would go Eudora, Karnak, and then why not, we'll throw Atrops in there as well. So the way that it's set up at the moment, there are 2 Lightseeker synergies within the actual team itself, as you can see here. If we scroll, yep, so to Lightseeker synergy, so every 1 stack increases damage boost and damage reduction up to 1.5% up to 20 stacks. So if it's a bit more of a coherent team like this, we can then have a look. We'll see this Lightseeker synergy activated for these 2, and that will give every stack of buff that we get will increase our damage reduction and also damage. So as you can see, very impactful on the team itself, on this team for Dorabella and for Atrops. Every time we get a buff, we will also get that Lightseeker's buff as well. So it is a very powerful synergy, but the problem is the units within it I think do need to be coherent, so you do require other synergies within your team as well in order for it to be successful. So like we can see here, we weren't getting the stacks and the buffs. I think that the Glorian's Lightseeker synergy, so if you were to get, say, Lily and Leah, you were to get Nawi, maybe even Marina as well, you would see much more of a benefit, and you'd be able to get up to that max damage reduction and max damage increase very quickly. So as you can see, you do still require coherence, but what the Lightseeker synergy does aim to do is it aims to increase the power quite drastically in certain cases for other synergies. So like I said, for example, the Atrops here heals target for 10% of HP and heals target for 10% of HP. That works really well in the Valentis team, where there isn't really a healer. There is Ashlyn, but she is 100% dedicated healer, whereas Atrops is more of a primary attack support, but now also provides that healing as well to help keep you alive, and works very well with her healing from enemy kills as well. The Atrops buff also works very well with Celine, and the reason for that is for his runes. Celine converts 10% of healing received into own attack, and also through his passives receives active healing. He also receives 2 stacks of attack boost, as well as 2 stacks of damage boost as well every time he receives active healing. So with that addition, you do have your Striker and your Dawnbringer synergy activated between these two, and also Atrops is providing healing now, as well as the attack support. So can get Celine up to those massive numbers. So yeah, it's something to take into consideration. I'd suggest go and explore it yourself, and just find out what units you have and where you're up to with them. These awakened tokens again can be found through the convert hero option if you've got them up to 15 stars, but if not, you can go into various limited events, and we can see what are we up to. So I don't have any on here at the moment, but sort of the bounty quests and the weekly logins, the daily login quests that you can get will also provide you with some of these Lightseeker tokens as well. Thanks for watching. If you do have any comments, if you think I've missed anything, please do let me know down below. You can leave a like, and if you could subscribe to the channel, be really appreciated. Thanks for watching.